A person with a high IQ would be considered smart. Now, IQ is the name of Scion's microcar, a not-so-subtle jab at the other microcar, the Smart for Two. Now, you see plenty of smart cars rolling around, but if you actually take out the number that have logos down the side that are utilized by small businesses and look at the ones that are just sold to individuals, they're not really that big a seller. Another car that might be considered a microcar is the new Fiat 500. It could be argued that this IQ has a certain smart car design influence. The proportions are very tidy and the flat rear hatch looks most similar. Now, the smart car really is small because it's narrow. This IQ is actually quite wide. It's the same width that you would get in a subcompact or compact car, so what it lacks in length, it makes up for in width. Under the hood is a very compact engine bay with all of the components tucked away, maximizing the interior space. The gas tank is under the front seat floor and is only a few inches thick, so it requires no space under the cargo area. Standard equipment on this car, spoiler at the back and a windshield wiper on the back, pretty good. When you open the back hatch, you notice right away there's seats back here. Unlike the smart car that's only a two-seater, this IQ has 4 seats that you can use in a pinch. Pun intended. Now, there's really no space back here, enough for an umbrella or a Subway sandwich with the seats up, but you take the headrests off and fold the seats down and you have a lot more cargo space. The big difference between the smart car and the IQ is the smart car, this is the area where the engine is placed. In the IQ, it's at the front, which allows more space to put seats in the back in the first place. Now, Scion is saying the IQ is a 4-seater, but I think in reality it's a 3-seater. Here's the reason why. I've got the driver's seat in the position that I've been driving in, and there's no legroom behind. So the driver would have to slide forward and really be scrunched up in order to make room for the passenger behind the driver. So I think this is going to be used mostly as storage. Now, the passenger seat's a different story. You can slide that forward because the person's not driving, and it's really quite comfortable. The great thing about the Scion IQ is it's so small that the rear passenger can actually reach forward and change the radio. The side doors are large and offer excellent access into the front seats, and the track slides forward to allow entry for rear passengers. The Scion IQ is sold with only one trim level, and the price is $16,760 and comes with 11 airbags. That's right, 11 airbags, including a rear window airbag. The cabin is nicely fitted with air conditioning, power door locks, power windows, keyless entry, and an aftermarket Pioneer stereo with USB connectivity. The IQ also has Bluetooth as standard equipment. This is a very nicely equipped little car and attractive as well. The interior has very pleasant materials, different textures and colors. There's even soft touch materials on the dash. Overall, I'm impressed with the level of finish and content, which I feel is much more attractive compared to the dated smart car. Now, you get in this car and you drive for a very short time, and the reality is that you forget all about the fact of how tiny it is. Because it's got a very wide open cabin, this vehicle feels more substantial than it looks from the outside. The ride isn't as choppy as the smart car, and the dardiness of that car really isn't evident. Under the hood is a 94 horsepower, 1.3-liter 4-cylinder engine, which is matched to a continuously variable transmission. As a reference point, the smart car has 70 horsepower, and one of the biggest problems with the smart car is their 5-speed sequential gearbox, which is really jerky in between shifts. The CVT takes care of all of that. For those that might not know, a continuously variable transmission is a 1-speed transmission that changes ratios to maximize either efficiency or power. One of the benefits of buying such a small car is the ability to maneuver into small places, and the IQ has the smallest turning radius on the market at just 3.9 meters. Parking is a snap, and the visibility out the car is very good. Overall, the IQ is an excellent and even better microcar than the smart car. In fact, it uses 5.4 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and just 4.6 on the highway. The IQ gets better gas mileage than the perennial champ, the smart car. No, this car isn't without issue. It does have a noisy interior. You're so close to the engine. It's a small car. You get the echo inside the car, especially on the highway. You got to turn the radio right up. It's a bit of a compromise. A small, light, fuel-efficient car. You can't have everything, and what you're giving up is noise insulation. Now, the biggest problem with the Scion IQ, and Scion's going to run into trouble selling this car, is the price, just under $17,000. Now, it comes nicely equipped, but for that money, you can get a more substantial subcompact car, like the Kia Rio, the Hyundai Accent, the Mazda 2, the Ford Fiesta. The list goes on. And with those cars, for roughly the same money, you get a proper back seat, a lot more cargo area, and they're only slightly less fuel efficient. But if you are in the market for a microcar, this IQ, without a doubt, is the best on the market.
In the market for a small car? We have them all on our website at drivingtelevision.com.